We have breaking news with Andrew and Amira from 90 Day Fiance. So spoiler alert. If you do not want to know this spoiler, please so help me God, do not keep watching. But for everyone else that wants to know this spoiler, let's jump right on into this one. Okay guys, so much stuff is going on with Andrew and Amira. Let's just not waste any time. Basically, here is the deal. We can now 99% confidently confirm that Amira makes it to the United States. She goes to Serbia, she quarantines for 14 days, and she comes to America. I have heard from several reliable sources that in July of 2020, she does come to America. So I figured, oh, they probably end up getting married, but wrong. Now we can just about also confirm, 99.99999% confirm that, oh my God, not only are Andrew and Amira not together, they are on god-awful terms. And here is basically the deal. A few days ago, the 90 Day Fiance tell-all was filmed for this season, and immediately after, guess who shared something on social media? Jovi. He went on social media and said this. He said, "Who else thinks Amira is lying about Andrew? I just think she wants to be on TV." And when I saw that, I was like, ooh, that just tells me if the tell-all was immediately filmed, for sure something went down where, Jovi heard Amira do something, this, that, or the other, and he went on social media and shared that. Because why else? It was the perfect timing. For sure something was said that made him say that. And immediately after he posted that, Andrew went on social media and posted this, saying, "Thank you, Jovi and Yara, for your skeptical eye and honesty. In a world full of misinformation, the truth means a lot." And then he goes on to talk about Yara's new store. Apparently she has a store. I did not know that. And immediately after that, Amira posted this, saying, my response to Jovi, "I respect and value your opinion. That makes me very sad, though. I wish you all the best and lots of happiness." And if you guys thought that was just it, oh no, because Andrew's mom also went on social media and shared something super unbelievably bad. Now, Katrina from Frauded by, I like to say Frauded by TLC. That was her original, social media account. Now it's Frauded Media. But Katrina at Frauded Media found this screenshot. We must give her credit. I'll put her account above below this video if you want to give her a follow. But she found this screenshot and shared it on her social media. There it is right there. And this is Andrew's mom literally commenting below Amira's post saying, "You look like an ugly piece of mud that is rubber and all over the wall, just like your personality and morals." So she's calling Amira's, personality and morals mud. I don't even know what she's trying to say with that. All I do know is that was a complete gigantic insult and not very nice. And if you guys thought that was it, oh no, it is not, because I have heard from now just a handful of people that have heard from some insider source, Mommy Says Bad Words Instagram account being one of them, but a lot of people are messaging me saying that at the tell-all, Andrew and Amira were not together, they were in separate locations, and it was just a complete screaming match going back and forth. So yeah, this is the breaking news. We can confirm. I am 99.9999999% confident that Amira does come to America, but like I said, we can confirm it does not work out. They are not together. They are not on speaking terms, and apparently Joey thinks that Amira just came on this show for fame. And I will say, I have talked to Andrew, when I say talked, I'm not buddy with anyone on this show. I have literally said, he reached out to me and said, "Hey, I like your channel." I said thank you. That was about it. So I've talked to him, I've talked to Amira. They both seem to be relatively nice enough people, I guess, on the surface. So all I'm going to say is crazy drama. However, I would not be totally shocked if Amira did just want to come on the show for fame, and I would not be shocked if Andrew, they're making him out like he's a bad guy. Maybe it's true, maybe it isn't. I kind of think it is true, but either way, he's of course is going to, deflect it and act like none of it's true. So I'm just going to stay here in the middle and say they're both kind of wrong. But Andrew and Amira, oh my God, complete craziness. And if you are wondering, well, wasn't 90 Day Fiance just on not so long ago? Yeah, it was. And basically with Andrew and Amira, not a single thing went down. But like I said, they are still talking about Serbia, and I think we're going to be seeing her come to America pretty soon. So comment below what you guys think of Andrew and Amira and what y'all think of this craziness, spoiler and whatnot, but pretty unbelievable. But now let's go on to the rest of the 90 Day Fiance episode, because we did get to see a ton of other pretty good drama. We got to see, Brandon and Julia, and oh my God. Okay, where do we begin? Number one, okay, Brandon's mom made lasagna. She put freaking tomato slices in it. And it's like, I'm Italian. Y'all should really know, my mom just made an Italian cooking YouTube channel. If you've not already followed my mom's YouTube channel, by the way, I'm going to put a link above or below. I don't know why I'm saying above, and I'm doing this, but above or below this video, I'm going to put a link to it, because like I just said, I am Italian. We love to cook. My mom just made a YouTube channel about Italian cooking, and if you want to give her a follow, I'll put a link above or below this video. But yeah, that was the first thing. She made freaking lasagna and put tomato tomato slices in it. I'm 23 years old. I have been to Italy and back, and I've been everywhere, and I've seen a lot of Italian cooks. I have never, ever seen someone put tomato freaking slices in a lasagna. So number one, puke. Number two, they ended up going dress shopping for Julia, and when I say they, like I said before, it was Brandon's mom and Brandon, and I've just never heard anyone ever have the groom go dress shopping with the bride. I have never heard that. In fact, I've heard a bunch of people say that that's bad luck. And I was thinking, well, maybe it's a Russian tradition, maybe, but no, because I've had a ton of people from Ukraine reach out, not a ton, but I've had a couple people reach out to me from Ukraine and say, no, it's not. I know the Russian culture. It's not anything of a tradition. That's not true. And the only reason I guess Brandon is going is because Julia doesn't have anyone here, which that is sad and kind of true. And so obviously I don't think she should go alone. And as dumb as this sounds, I kind of think she should have just gone with Brandon's mom, and that's it. Just go with the mom. It might have been a little bit weird, but Brandon's mom was like dying to go, and Brandon, he had no interest. He didn't really give a crap. He seemed tired and really uninterested, and then so he went the dress shopping, and he had no interest, which that was kind of rude, and he just didn't seem to give a crap. And then so of course Julia was getting mad at him, and she was thinking that he didn't want to marry her. He's not interested in her, and it's like, oh my god, just Brandon, stay at home. Don't go to this. That's all. There you go. Problem solved. Don't go. But of course, it was awkward. It was a drama. Julia was mad. Brandon was mad. And then, of course, Brandon's mom was somewhere mixed in the middle. So just a bunch of drama, a bunch of crap. But it does, I guess, look like they're going to be getting married pretty soon. And this was filmed during March of last year, which was in the middle of the freaking, stay-at-home pandemic. So, of course, they're trying to figure out, can they get married in a church? Can they not even get married? Like, there's a lot of drama going on, and I am kind of curious how it's all going to play out. Oh yeah, and then we got to see one of the dumbest couples to ever be on this show, and that would be Mike and Natalie. And for once in this, let me also say too, they're counting down. I mean, they are counting down the days on days. They are just right there, right down to the split second of when Natalie has to go home. The 90 days is done and she needs to leave. Because I think they have like 24 to 5 days, which really, to plan a wedding and to get married in 24, 25 days, that's really pushing it. And she doesn't have her engagement ring back yet. They're still on god-awful terms. And now, perfect timing, it's in March, so it's a stay-at-home order. They can't leave their house, technically. And so it is just a mess for these two. But in this episode, of course, I told you guys, I knew this was going to happen. Natalie, I think she kind of just realized, geez, I'm 35 years old. I've been married twice before. I want to have kids, and this is my last chance. So she basically just went to Mike and said, look, I'm sorry. I apologize. I know you're kind of hurt. Let's see if we can make this work. And I don't want to say she lied, but she kind of just lied, just because she wants to freaking have a kid and have a family, and she knows darn well it's not going to be possible if she doesn't do it with Mike, because the time in the clock is ticking. Let's be real, guys. She doesn't have much more time, so she knows Mike is her last chance. So she went to Mike and just apologized, which I think was kind of just fake and forced, just to kind of make the marriage work. And Mike kind of bought into it and believed it, and I guess they're going to, try and make it kind of work. But I still think they're going to have a really big issue with this whole ring and now the stay-at-home order. And the preview I saw, it looks like Natalie tries to get on a plane to go home in like April. So I don't know how she does that. I don't know how far she gets. But then I believe, according to legal documents, they do end up getting married. So I don't know. I mean, there is a very strong possibility that they don't get married. I mean, I think, legally they did, but maybe they got married and she left. I really have no idea. It's a mess. Just a complete god-awful couple that has no business being together. And yeah, we saw boring old Jovi and Yara, and, same thing. Boring. They were just boring. Jovi, he drinks way too much, in my opinion. Jovi and Yara are a bizarre couple, I'll say really quick. I get, so many messages every day, and people freaking either love Jovi or they hate him. Some people love Yara or they hate her. I kind of think that Yara I think she's kind of honestly right about a lot of this stuff. Jovi clearly has I think the guy drinks too much. I don't know if I'd say it's a problem or what, but he probably parties a bit too much, and that's it. I think, yeah, he definitely, I don't think he's a bad guy by any means, but he goes out a lot, and so that's kind of the issue. But Yara, I know a lot of you guys like her, so it probably won't be a popular opinion, but it's like, I'm not a big fan of Yara. I think Yara, she tells it like it is, but a lot of the times that comes off rude, and if she was just just a little bit softer around the edges. I'd like her a lot more, but oh my god, she just says it like how she's feeling. So they had the engagement party. Jovi was just, God knows, he was going crazy. So of course she was mad about that, which she has a reason to be. But the next day, she cried to him and just said, look, you have to stop drinking. And it actually kind of sounds like Jovi does stop drinking, so good, yeah, good for them. However, not much longer, they were still at Jovi's, mom and dad's place, and then his mom started asking about the wedding, and she just seems so nice and sweet, and it's like, this is just getting stupid. They ask about the wedding, and what does Yara say? Yara says, we just want me, she goes, we want to have a small wedding. And then so, I think Jovi's mom's like, oh, okay, probably us, maybe the grandparents, couple people, not much. And Yara goes, we just want me and Jovi. I was like, what? I mean, what? It's just, it's like, come on, Yara, come on. If they're gonna pay for a freaking party and they're gonna do everything, why, you're not the one funding, just let them come, sit there, watch their son get married, and move on with their life. And you know what? They could even really FaceTime your family while you get married. So it's like, this is just, it annoys me. I hate when I see couples where they don't do 50-50, and I know this is probably an unpopular opinion, but I don't think their relationship is 50-50. I think it is Yara does whatever she wants, and Jovi compromised. And it's like, I'm sure Jovi wants his family to be there, and it's his wedding, hopefully, hope to God, his only one wedding. So, that just, it really is sickening, and the mom was mad, and I hope to God, that they can kind of give in a little bit and make the, wedding work. But same thing, this was filmed around end of, like, February, early March, so I don't know when they're going to get married. I don't know if they can get married. I don't know how all the pandemic stuff's going to play into this either, but the timing's not good for them either, so it's going to be very interesting to see how it all plays out. And Rebecca and Ziad, they're now in the same time frame too. They're in the middle of this craziness too. Rebecca, she works in a restaurant, so I thought for sure she was going to be laid off or unemployed, but it's more of a fast food chain, so I think she's probably just as busy. I think she was perfectly fine. She even said she's working more hours now than she was before, so hope to God she was fine during all this. But Ziad, he's bored, has nothing going on in his life. He can't get a job. He sits inside all day. That was it. Rebecca, she's working like crazy. They ended up going out in somewhere in Georgia. It actually looked kind of cool, but they went out there to go look at some wedding venues, and then that was typical Ziad. Ziad has this crazy kind of a temper thing, and they were talking about, weddings and this and that, and Rebecca's all gung-ho and happy and excited, and she's a freaking, like a 5th grader. She has a big crush on Ziad, and that's when Ziad goes, hey, by the way, we have to get married in about a week, or I will not marry you, or I have to go somewhere else. And I'm like, dude, what the, what? I mean, the thing I don't understand about this is Rebecca and Ziad have literally nothing in common. I don't know what they were talking about when he was back in his home, in Tunisia. I have no idea what in Gaza they were talking about, but the one thing I do know is they were planning on getting married. And why on earth did this guy not mention, hey, by the way, I need to marry you before, it's called like Ramadan or something. Why did he not mention that? Because it's like a huge deal. They have nothing else to talk about besides their freaking wedding that they're gonna have, and he never even thought to mention this, so it's just stupid. It's ridiculous. Now they need to scramble and get married, but of course, drama. Rebecca's like, well, geez, my last marriage, my 3rd marriage with the other guy from overseas did not work well, and he forced me to get married very soon, so of course she's in this weird situation where she's like, geez, do we do it? Do we not? What do we do? And it's just really tense, and I think it is, I don't know. It's just, they're gonna get married. I think it'll work out perfectly fine, but it is kind of like, is this fake for the show? Is this real? Why is there so much, always constant drama with this guy? And it's like, it's his way or the highway. Kind of annoying, but either way, they were there. They're in the middle of this pandemic too, and I don't know when exactly they were in March, because the beginning of March wasn't too bad, but the end of March was, and everyone kind of just stay at home. So I don't know if they, I don't know if they could actually have a real wedding, or I don't know if everything was closed down in Georgia. I really do not know. And then there was Tariq and Hazel, and same thing. Just talk about a boring couple. These two are just, they're going to say two, they're nice people. Nothing against them, but oh my god, it is boring with these two. Nothing is going on. I mean, let's be real. They're stuck inside. Now it's around May, and now what are they trying to do? They're trying to get a 3rd girlfriend, which has been going on this entire season, let me just say real quick. This whole entire season, they have been talking about, let's get a girlfriend, which is just probably about the dumbest thing they can possibly do. because they don't have a clean slate with them dating a girlfriend. They had this other girlfriend named Minty, and it was a god-awful relationship. It did not work well. So now they're kind of like, you know, they're trying to, they're going on, here's their first problem. They're going on these online dating websites trying to find a girlfriend. Okay, and every girl on there that they're matching with is a catfish. Shocker, because who in their right mind would literally go on a dating site to be like a third girlfriend and a third relationship? It doesn't make it, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. So of course they're getting catfish left and right, and Tariq had this bright idea to, hey, let's go on this, you know, let's go reach out to Minty, then we can go talk to her because she knows as a couple, which that sounds like a good idea. However, Hazel and Minty hate each other, so they do end up FaceTiming with her. It was awkward, it was tense, they were screaming at each other, and the moral of the story is I kind of feel like Tariq likes Minty more than he likes Hazel, so it was just so stupid and so dumb, and that was it. Hazel, now it's like they FaceTime with her, which, let me be honest, that was probably just fake for the freaking show, and, you know, of course, yeah, I mean, now it's like, you know, Hazel and Tariq are mad at each other, and they're still trying to find a third girlfriend, and they need to get married very, 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 very soon. I don't know if it's gonna be like, I don't know, can you get married at home? I don't know how that's even gonna work, but they need to get married. They are in a very close time crunch, and I just don't know. I mean, they'll get married, they'll be fine. I think she has very little to no interest in him, to be honest. She wants a girlfriend. I think he's just kind of open to the idea, but I think this whole girlfriend thing is just gonna throw a wrench. It's gonna throw a monkey wrench in this whole thing, and it won't work well, and it's stupid. And last but not least, we got to see Stephanie, and we did not get to see Ryan. Ryan is done, apparently, but we did get to see Ryan's cousin, Harris, and oh my god. Yeah, you know, craziness. I don't know why Stephanie did it. Stephanie seemed to be kind of on a little something, to be completely honest. She did not seem to be all there. She was talking to Harris. She ended up meeting up with Harris, and he was all for it. Now, Harris said he works in a farm, and if it's like, okay, Harris said that he took a bus, like 4 hours, to come to her, and then he took like a boat ride to come to the island. So it was like a, you know, 6-7 hour journey for this guy to even come to Stephanie. But she was like, will you stay with me for 3 or 4 days till I go home? And of course, it's like, for sure. So they go out on a date, you know, she's gonna go buy a bunch of food and dinner, and they're gonna have a great time, and then they're gonna probably do God knows what. And I don't get the point of it. She claims she's lonely. I kind of just feel like, you know, and hey, everyone can do what they want to do. You know, I'm not here to judge, kind of, but it's like, you know, this guy has probably the same incentives and motives as, you know, Ryan, his cousin. So what are you doing getting with him? And I for sure they're going to do a little something, something. So it just kind of seems a little bit ridiculous. But Stephanie ended up hollering at Harris, and I would not be shocked. I have no idea, but I would not be shocked if 90 Day Fiance was like, Stephanie, just call Harris, because they didn't have a lot of footage with Stephanie and Ryan. Like, they were really scrambling to get any good footage of those two. And so it's like, maybe the show just said, look, you need to have more footage, so you better call his cousin up. I do not know for sure. I do know one thing, though. We can just about confirm that the tell-all was a few days ago, and Stephanie and Ryan were not there. I know for sure. I did not hear from Stephanie, let me just say, but I'm pretty confident, because Stephanie's posting she's in Michigan. She even commented and added on one of her posts, I was not in LA for a tell-all, so we can say she did not get invited. And that is kind of like, ooh, that is very, very, very interesting that they did not invite her. So I don't know if there's gonna be more to that drama with her and 90 Day Fiance, or what is going on. So Stephanie and Ryan are done, and apparently she's gonna have a couple of, you know, fun old days with his cousin Harris. Well, anyway, you guys, 90 Day Fiance, what a bizarre episode, and talk about some freaking craziness with Andrew and Amira. And, you know, the one thing I forgot to say, I will say with Amira, is she's now talking to her dad, who was devastated when she got, you know, detained and deported in Mexico. But she's now talking to her dad about the idea of her going to Serbia, and then when she told him that, he literally word for word said, if you do go there, I will not talk to you ever again. And I was like, oh my god, talk about dramatic, because come on, I get it, you know, it's scary, it's not cool, but still, it's like, dude, you should never, ever, 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 ever threaten your kids that you will not talk to them again. I thought that was kind of dumb, but he said that, and then it's like, you know, whatever. And then they ended up talking to a lawyer, Andrew and Amira, an immigration lawyer, about the idea, and Andrew was like, this is amazing, let's give it, but the lawyer said literally basically said nothing. So I don't know what info he was talking about. He's like, this info is so helpful. And Andrew, he's just a freaking kind of a weirdo. But anyway, 90 Day Fiance, thank you guys all so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, I have one huge ask for you guys, and that's to please hit this like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the comments below, and y'all better stay tuned for many more videos.